Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, February 6th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is attunement to my passion expands my vibration. And I want to mention that a lot of times when I speak about passion energy, to me it feels interchangeable with the soul because I believe true passion that's not generated in the mind, but that's generated, within this deeper place, within a place of not necessarily knowing, I do believe that that is actually soul generated. So it's also attunement to my soul, expands my vibration. But we're focused on the passion energy because we have the sun today shifting from 17 degrees, which is that 8 energy of showing up, being present, taking the lead in your life, to 18 degrees, which brings on that 9 energy, which is that Mars, which is passion in action. And it does attune you to that I am soul energy. And so today, Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Gemini, we actually have a little bit of a grand trine-ish in air. So air activates the mind. It can be a very powerful activation. However, it also can be flight, this story, that story. So attuning to your passion and keep coming back into that energy will be really powerful. In addition to this grand trine-ish in air, we actually have 2 kite formations happening in that. And these kite formations are a little bit interesting to me. What I saw in both of them, there's these little additional points making interesting energies. One of them is Uranus and Aries, holding down that Uranus vibe. And the other is Saturn and Sagittarius. And I feel like these little points of these kites, which if it was a kite flying in the sky, these points would be like the top, the ones that are reaching highest into the ethers. So the Uranus one is, what is my liberation? Uranus is that liberation. It's that revolution, evolution energy. And your liberation is attunement to your I am in this moment. And that's where we're getting out of the stories that are flip-flighting, here and there with this grand trine in air, with the moon in Gemini, which is activating the mental energies. Uranus is like, what's happening in this moment? And who are you in this moment? And how can you activate that? How can you liberate yourself? How can you free yourself in this moment? The other kite formation, the other point is Saturn and Sagittarius. And what that's telling me, and this feeds into that story energy as well, is you don't have to know anything beyond this moment. Nikki and I talked a few weeks ago in GPS about wanting to outsmart the universe, wanting to be like, I know what's going to happen, and I know what's going to happen, and I'm going to play chess, and I'm going to do these things. It's not about that. It's like, what is true for me in this moment? When I'm coming from that place of I am, what is true for me in this moment? How do I connect to that soul passion and expand my vibration outward from that energy? So those energies feel particularly important in this energy. Now, I was going to say something at the beginning, but I dove into the astro because it's so fascinating to me. I have an interesting announcement to bring on at the end, so stay tuned for that. But we just had Jupiter go retrograde. And so Jupiter retrograde in Libra, the sign of relationships, is taking us deeper into our foundational relationship, the one that we have with ourselves. So this moon in Gemini, this grand trine-ish, it's fun to say, in air, is connecting us to that Jupiter energy, newly retrograde. It's at 23 degrees, which brings forth revelations, which to me means if you can stay in this moment, instead of like, the future is bringing this, the past did this, instead of going either that direction and be like, oh, be here now, I feel like you're going to be able to fall right into that energy and bring forth revelations that you need to further expand on your personal relationship with yourself. The moon in Gemini is also going to be connecting to Uranus. We already talked about that Uranus energy, 21 degrees expansion. But that expansion to me is like expansion through that liberation, expansion through these revelations that may just come right in. Uranus to me is also a planet that can channel energy in. It can give you those downloads. It can connect you to the higher consciousness, collective consciousness, guides, all those things. And so that connection to Uranus, suddenly You might just know something. But again, I feel like it's going to be if you can stay out of the stories that are pulling you here and there. The moon will oppose Saturn, 24 degrees. That's finding the balance. Finding the balance in your needing to knownness. I know this well. I am a Sagittarius Gemini. I have Sagittarius Sun, Gemini rising. So there's a, big part of me that's like, I want to know the things. I want to know the things. This is why I became a good astrologer, a great astrologer, because I wanted to know the things. But also, when you sit still and allow, you discover that you know the things. So it's not always about seeking outside of yourself. So again, the past, the present, the push, the pull, there's no need to engage in that. It's just keep coming back into this moment. Who am I in this moment? What's my passion? What's feeding my passion? What's feeding my fire in this moment? I don't need to know anything beyond that. It's just this. Just this. Powerful. The moon will then shift into Cancer. So this moon in Cancer is bringing us closer to this eclipse that we're building into. The eclipse is on Friday, lunar eclipse in Leo. So as the moon moves into Cancer, things are going to be rising. Emotions are going to be rising. The feelings, these feelings will help attune you to the passion energy. They can show you, yes, this is a passion that I want. No, this is not. This is something that I need to work on in relationship to myself. Be there, nurture yourself, love yourself. It's funny. I have the creativity card, which is the Empress card, which is a card of mothering. And so this to me is a call for nurturing. But I also pulled sacred geometry cards today too. And I also got from here Divine Mother, which is an activation card. And so, to me, this is saying, hey, this is part of nurturing yourself. Recognizing your I am, recognizing your passion, mothering yourself through that and showing up for you. And it's interesting because I pulled the Gaia card yesterday, which is also attuning to this Mama Gaia energy, and they speak of Gaia in here. Gaia, Pachamama, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Isis, Green Tara, to name a few of these divine mother energies to call in. Oh, they also talk about Amma, the hugging, Amma who hugs. She's a divine mother energy. Calling in these energies to help connect you to the feminine, to help connect you to this divine nurturing energy that's wanting to help us through. And I think this is really important, this mother energy, because the inner child has some work to do. This eclipse moon, lunar eclipse energy is in Leo, which is the sign of the inner child, the sign of the heart, the sign of allowing your creativity. So it's like right now is your time to start tending to your inner child, the place where your inner child feels left out, the place where your inner child isn't growing up. And I don't want to say that we want our inner children to grow up, but those places where it's still stuck in the, that's unfair, I'm alone, you've abandoned me, I am rejected, those energies. So Divine Mother Presence is with us and telling us, we're ripening. She's nurturing us into this place where we are ready to take our place in the sacred thing of things is what's coming through. Okay, so I have an interesting announcement. I'm going to keep it short. Let's see. Almost a year ago, I was dropped on my butt into the craziest journey I've ever been on. I met somebody who turned out to be my twin flame. I did not know that I was calling that energy in. However, I should have known because I painted it. There it is. Right there, that one. So I painted it a few times. The universe has been pushing me and pushing me and pushing me to not only accept the path, which took me a lot of time and a lot of helpers, thank you all to my helpers, but to step up by sending me twin clients since I met this person, just, flooding on in. This is my moment where I'm saying, okay, this is part of my path, this is part of my journey, and I'm going to be offering twin readings officially. I've been doing them unofficially because you guys just keep coming into me, which has been an amazing confirmation for me and so helpful for me on my journey, but I know that I can help. So if you are a twin or if you are in interesting relationship situations and you need some help, you are struggling with this, what I've learned is that these twin energies are so helpful regardless what the situation is. And it's so interesting that the universe is calling me to do this right after Jupiter went retrograde. And that's like, it's a little weird. Jupiter is my ruling planet. No, because it's a call within. And that, to me, is the biggest part of the twin journey from what I've learned, is returning within, returning to yourself, returning to the soul. It's a hero's journey, the twin flame energy, and it's all about you being the hero for yourself. And that's where astrology is so powerful, because the astro chart is like, here, this is who you are. And it takes those wounded places and be like, here, this is why, and this is how you empower it. The chart has been immensely helpful to me in this journey. And it's funny because I got into astrology because I went through a breakup, because I needed to know what happened. And I think knowing your partner's chart is also really helpful, because suddenly these things that you are taking personally, you don't need to take personally anymore. So if you resonate at all, I haven't put readings up specifically about the twins, but, half-hour readings, hour readings, any of the readings can apply to this energy, including the eclipse reading sale. I feel like this is a powerful portal for twins. I'm feeling a lot of Jesus energy come through, and Jesus energy is all that heart stuff. This first eclipse is the Leo, which is the heart, getting into that energy, the sacred heart, the divine heart, heart on fire. And then the second one is Pisces, which is the oneness. It is union. It's the encompassing of the all, and it's forgiveness and compassion on that ultimate level, like Jesus. So, whew, that was a big step in my life. Thank you for joining me for that. If you have any questions, you can always email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. And thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.